Let's talk some toys in here.
Hey, what's up everyone? Today it's the Man-Child. Okay, so today for review, we're going to go over the Ultimate Feral Predator figure from Neca Toys that was inspired from the 2022 Prey Predator movie. So of course with Neca Toys and a lot of Ultimate figures, we get this awesome collector-friendly box. Covers very reminiscent of that Predator Prey poster. And let's open it up, take a look. Look at that. Look at that figure. That looks awesome. All different accessories, the layout. And here's some more picture image art of the figure itself out of box. And spanning the box, trying to just give you some more picture images of the actual figure out of box with different setups. And the bio is off to the left side. Now here's a close-up of the Feral Predator's bio. You want to pause and read that. And now here's a quick look with the clamshell and, of course, figure and accessories still in this packaging out of box. In the event you want to take it out of box, review it, set it up, and then try to put everything back and make it sort of mint-on-card figure again. Now you can see how they have these little plug-in, snapping pieces for the weapons and accessories. That's easy, but then you got to cut these bands. So in that case, I would just put the figure back. You can use them old twist wire ties again if you have any of them laying around from previous figures. Or I put a piece of tape. And then as far as the back, this is where all the hands are located. You can see in a separate piece, as well as the two mandibles. Okay, now here's that new Feral Predator out of that clamshell packaging. Man, what an awesome figure. Some of NECA's best work yet, just on this particular Predator. Now, he's so heavy, I just use a kite, I gotta put a stand. He doesn't come with a figure stand. You gotta mess around and balance him like a lot of figures. But see, he just keeps falling. He's just, okay, there he goes. So heavy, but I'm gonna use one of my Kaisers, I always do. It's like, just helps 100%. But look at that detail, spin him around. Unreal what you get. So taking a closer look at the head sculpt and that biomask, yeah, incredible. I love the detail. So just like the movie, he had a unique type of biomask that was organic, you want to call it. Yeah, bio, right? But it was bone, but then it had the technological part of the workings of the mask inside it. So this is, let's see, is it just, okay, so this just pops off, and check that out. There's the face and head sculpt. And here's a closer look at that. Yeah, incredible. Just the way the eyes were painted, sculpted, the face. Now you can see he has the mouth is closed, obviously, so he comes with a couple different pair of mandibles, and they plug off. But even just the way it's, yeah, the sculpt, paint, and here's a look from the side. So let's check out the dreads. So this particular Predator had unique dreads. They were more thin, didn't have all the little those individual like pieces that the dreads held, like the traditional Predators, but really cool job. Kind of one paint, very flexible, multi layers of it. That's awesome. Even in the back, it has these little spikes coming out of the shoulders there, just independent, glued in. Incredible. And as far as the articulation, we'll keep the mask off. So you can just go left to right, go down about that far and back. Look at that neck in there, unbelievable. Yeah, the spines and everything. So cool. Look at that. It's just they went that far with the detail on this figure. And here's a close look at that biomass. So we already took a look at the inside. You can just see all the sculpting. Sort of, yeah, obviously bone color and has some type of wash going into all the little ridges and stuff like bone would have. And grooves. And if you turn it around, it's got some detail in there. Sort of. So you can see some of the technical stuff going on that matches accessories. So that's pretty neat. And then moving back to the head with the mask off. So back to that mandible, and we'll try some of the others in a little bit, but looks like it's like a plug-in. Okay, there it goes. And check that out. So it's one big piece. I thought there were two pieces, which I know one of their couple of their Predators did that. I didn't like that. It fall out easy, but this is, I like that a lot better with that giant plug. And there's his face. We battle damage. You want him to blew the mandibles off his face. You don't want to use them, but yeah, that's a cool idea. How easy they come out and just plug right back in. And going back to this mask once again, just the way it snaps on, you just put it over the head and it seems to snap and hold really well. So moving down from the head and mask, checking out, and we took a look at that neck. Yeah, just awesome sculpting. Once again, this Predator movie was very unique for most of the Predators. Look how tall, yeah, that neck is. And the neck too. So the neck, it can also articulate, can spin, and go all the way down along with the head. We took a look at that. So moving down to the chest, awesome colors. You got just different tones there. And I don't know, I guess it's silver. Is that battle? It might be battle damage, like from the movie, like scars or something. Looks like to me. So you got those in various areas. That's pretty neat. Just the spots. Now, of course, you move down. You got the ab crunch. So we know you can spin the ab crunch. You can go forward and back about that far. Moving up, so going up to the arms again now. So the arms, so you got the articulation on the arm. So, all right, you got a joint here in the shoulder. You got another one like a bicep swivel. So we go up, down. You can spin forward and back about that far, go all the way out. Has a bicep swivel. Bend all the way up the elbow to the face. Right, so it's like a double elbow joint in there. You can see the pins, but really just disguised well with that elbow piece. And then he has a really cool wrist gauntlets there, and even a detail on those. You can see that. It's like the way they painted the LED, like the doesn't glow, but like the light effects, like that Predator had for these gauntlets. A lot of the other Predators too, they don't have that. You know, it's some of the older stuff. Look at it all the way around on both sides. Just great job. Really love how to come out. And they so they spin too. And then of course he comes with different hands, but the hands in the package. So this hand too can spin and go in and out like so, and that's on a hinge joint. And then moving over to the left arm, so pretty much all the same as far as the articulation. It's got obviously some of the paints different on it, like the black spots are more clustered compared to the right side. Elbow can bend all, you know, in and out same way. But this gauntlet on the forearm is different than the one on the right side, just like the movie. Now this one's going to hold that gauntlet shield, which we'll get into soon. So this can also spin, but it is a different design. You can see from the right side, doesn't have the light, like the light effects on it. And he also comes with an open hand on the side as well, and a hinge joint can spin and go in and out. And here's a closer look at the detail on the gauntlet on this left side. So moving down to the waist, you can spin at the waist. You can even go forward and back at the waist as well. It's like the ab crunch. And once again, the chest, look at that detail on it almost looks like it was cut open or surgically enhanced at one time or something down the middle, you know. But moving on to the loincloth, that too is really unique. So not only does he have Predator type loincloth, I mean it's different, but has all this armor plating, some type of like armored sash. So all like razor sharp edges and stuff, which is cool. Really flexible. You can see that. It goes all the way around. He has, of course, some pieces on the side. On both sides are very identical as far as design. Also plating, and they're flexible. Okay, you can move in and out. But spinning it around, checking out the back of the loincloth and belt area. Check out the accessories. So you got a skull that's attached, and then you got this net piece with that steel ball that I think he threw that in a movie, to where traditionally that grapple net that would grapple around people and it just till it squeeze and cut them in pieces. It's he threw it, I remember. And that's what this looks like. So remember that steel ball. Now I thought it was silver. It's just painted dark brown with the net. It would have been cool if you got an open net too. I've yet to see one of those in it with any Neca Predators. I actually made a custom one, you know, but they do give you something like that from the movie. He also has a piece on the back that's flexible, can move up, some more of that razor armored. Another little, yeah, it looks like a little bone or skull piece. And then this too, they also give him that coiled up weapon. Now it doesn't, there's not an open one in the, as far as accessories. That would have been cool. I think he took that, it opened up to like this smashing type weapon, and it disarmed that bear trap he had his foot in the movie. So that's what that is, coiled up. So once again, it'd be cool if you had an accessory like that, but it's just so part of the sculpt. But yeah, look even in the back. My God, look at all the just detail. Same thing. It's going down the spine, and we already looked at these razor pieces back in the neck. Awesome job. I'm really liking this Predator. And then real quick, going back to this grapple net accessory. This was my custom one I made for my Predator figures that goes back all the way to the Predator 2 franchise. Kind of had, it's, so this was an onion bag, and I painted it like it was steel. I put these little spikes. I think I had 6 points from the movie, and then had heavier cables, but they fired it from a net launching gun, to where this one he just throws it and it's just different. But that's what I made for a grapple net for my Predator figures. So moving down from the loincloth, no accessories, to the legs. Yeah, this Predator had really long legs. He was very tall. But as far as the articulation, so he can kick forward, go back about that far, bend all the way up at the knee. Can he, you can spin the knee a little bit. Going down, he just has wraps around his ankles there on both sides. They're very identical. All part of the sculpt. Go all the way out with a split now, even with these armor pieces. And so the other leg's all the same, okay? And then okay, so with that wrap, the wrap doesn't spin, but the foot does spin at the wrap. Just has, yeah, cool painted toenails and stuff. Again, the feet are very bare and identical on both sides. And then the foot can go up and down like this, and then rock back and forth and side to side. And now taking a little closer look at the accessories. So he comes with the open and closed shield, just like the movie. I mean, incredible detail once again. All right, so obviously it's the front of the shield open. Here's the back. Yeah, I love it. Just I remember the movie had that whole thing just opened up and used it as a weapon or deflected some of those musket bullets. And there's a closed one, obviously, and you can see these are going to plug into the wrist gauntlet. We'll get to that soon, so you get those two. And then you also get his backpack accessory, which with this Predator goes on the right side, where traditionally they go on the left, I believe. This would, in the movie, hold his medical supplies and that, I think, acid for taking the meat and stuff off his skull bones, so you do get that. And it has a magnet in it. That's how it attaches to the back, which, once again, I'll show soon. Then he also comes with two different versions of the Kombi stick, so you get the collapsed version, and then a version that you could snap together and make a full staff with the two ends, or like in the movie, these taken apart. They were basically two different weapons you can use in each hand. So you had a knife on one end, or a spear, and then a bludgeon force weapon on the other. Pretty cool, so you do get those. And you also get a pair of those gauntlet blades. It's going to go on the gauntlet on the right arm. Then he also comes with that crossbolt gun that had trackable bolts from his laser sighting system on his biomask, like in the movie. Really cool detail, and you can see. So this is the top piece. It does have one bolt, or one of the smaller arrows sculpted on the top sitting there. Doesn't remove. And there's two additional ones. It's hard to see, but sculpted underneath. And in the movie, too, it was like, had some type of electromagnetic system that would raise the bolt up, or all three of them, and then you could fire one or three at the same time. Then you also get a pair of metal S-hooks in a package here. You get two of them. That's to hang this Kombi stick on the back of his belt, the short version, or the collapsible version if you want to, like the movie. So that's what they give you those for. And then, of course, you get all these other accessories and this little clear piece of bubble. So you get two of the other open mandibles. This one's completely open. You get a semi-closed one, and then 8 different, fists for the left and right side with hinge joints, punching fist, pointing fist, semi-open weapon gripping hand fists. We'll just plug in. I'll plug a couple of them in the hand, so you do get all those. Okay, so jumping back to our feral predator with the lower set of mandibles off that he comes with in the box, I'm going to put the semi-open ones on. So plug them in, see what that looks like, and there we go. So you got the detail on those, pretty cool. And now jumping ahead and plugging the fully open mandibles in. Take a look at that. Yeah, awesome detail. I love the sculpt, paint, where the fangs are all the way open, paint back in the gums, the lower and upper, teeth in the jaw. Just awesome job. So moving back to the hands, I'll just pop out the hands on the left and right side. We'll just put in some semi-weapon gripping hands, I'll call them. So you see how easy the plugs come out. And I'm just going to put these in. They pop in like so. Again, they spin and go in and out of the hinge joint. And do the same thing with the left side. And just put the left one in there because I think these hands are the most useful. And then moving back to the gauntlet on the right side, I'm going to put the wrist blades in so you can see there's little holes in there. And they're going to plug in like this. Put this one on this side. It doesn't matter, but like that. And put the other one in. Now here's those two wrist blades on the gauntlet. You got to mess around with them, push them in tight and all good stuff. And next we'll put on that backpack. So once again, it goes on the right side, looking obviously at the back of them. See that? It's on a magnet, so you can slide all around. It's pretty cool. Wow, it bounces this way. And from the movie, it was sort of hung on like that. So moving back to the left side with that gauntlet, so of course, you can attach the shield. Once again, like the movie. So the short shield would plug in like this. You can use it as a blade or just the shield closed up. And then, but I'm going to put the larger shield on, which I think looks cool. Now you can see the peg. Okay, so if you can see that design, it sticks out here, but then there's a longer piece that goes out that way, and then shorter end. The longer piece, it seems to plug in one way is what I'm saying. So the longer piece goes back towards the back of them in order for the shield to plug in, and then it seems to hold it pretty well. If you were to go the other way and plug it in, it doesn't work. It falls out. And there's a look with the open shield and the wrist gauntlet. And I'm also going to put that biomask back on the face with the open mandibles to show you that it still does work. Now I'm trying to set up the bolt guns, putting the left side with the type of wrist. Some wrists are better than other. The hands, the way they're open. I did put the collapsed shield underneath the arm, as you can see. But yeah, it kind of fights with each other, trying to use this gun and that shield, depending how you set it up. But it should kind of look something like this with the arm out, and that's the top. Now, it's kind of looked like something like that with the bolt gun set up. Best I was able to position the hand. You had to take the shield out of there. I don't think it belongs there anyway from the box art image. It just gets in the way. It's not supposed to. Of course, we got the wrist gauntlets on and biomass, the open mandibles. Take a look at that. And this piece, too, keeps, it's magnetic. Keeps sliding around, falling. It's tricky to position it. And even him, it keeps falling. I got to use a figure stand. And taking this backpack off for a minute, I don't know if it's meant to be. I don't remember from the movie. I was hoping you can store the shield with that little peg. And one of these ports, I don't know if that's just part of the design of this. It sort of can. I don't know if it's meant to. Kind of holds on it well. And the gun, too. I think it was hanging off his belt. Maybe you can use one of those clips you wanted to. That would have been neat too if this go on this other side or one of the sides, but then the hair gets in the way. And now here's a look with the fully extended Kombi stick in hand. Obviously holding both hands, there's a full staff piece. Now here's a look with that Kombi stick. Is 2 individual weapons in each hand. Put the full shield back in. We have the wrist gauntlets. Left that piece on the back. Of course, we have the biomass and maniple set up. Take a look at that. And then going back to this short or collapsed Kombi stick staff, you can see where those metal hooks took out a package. You clip one like on this side, one over here. And then it looks something like that, or you can flip it the other way around, hanging on the back of the belt, similar to the movie. And I just hung this bolt gun off the net with one of the little ends. They don't really give you anything. I think in the movie it might have been on this side or something hanging. You have to rig something. I tried putting it through the skull. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't give you a hook or a way to hang this. I don't see anything. But either way, you can probably use those hooks and just jimmy rig it somehow if you wanted to. Okay, so that's pretty much my overall review for the new NECA Feral Predator figure. Yeah, it came out awesome. I really love all the attention to the detail, head, the face, accessories. Some things are finicky putting stuff in, like the shield. This keeps falling out every now and then. You just got to push in harder. Same thing with these wrist blade, the blades that go into gauntlets. One of these are finicky. Doesn't seem to go in deep enough. Sure, it varies figure to figure. Very sensitive parts. But the gun's cool. It's neat. You get the collapsible shield and the open one, of course. That backpack on the back is pretty neat. I wish I could open or do a little more with it. I would have loved to see a casting net too, some type of net made up with this figure, but you didn't get that. And you didn't get the collapsible piece. Box is cool. My figure is having a hard time standing, like a lot of these figures. Are just finicky in the feet and the balance and them, just the overall weight. So I used to use a Kaiser stand, but I put them on all my figures anyway. Side that, it's a really awesome figure. So hopefully this video answers everybody's questions. I appreciate everybody watching. And until next time, take care.